in 1965, Charles Schulz pointed out in A Charlie Brown Christmas that materialism was creeping into the holiday season. Are kids learning to give in 2007, or are we teaching them to take even more? Here to fill our stockings with knowledge is clinical psychologist and family expert Dr. Gary Hill. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
I think we have a clip of the Charlie Brown Christmas. Do we have that clip?
I have a long list of presents that I want. Make it easy on yourself. Just send money. How about 10s and 20s? 10s and 20s? Oh, even my baby sister. All I want is my fair share.
That's good. 10s and 20s. I say 50s and 100s. But did Charles Schulz get it right?
Well, unfortunately, he did, actually. In fact, it turns out that, based on what's happening in today's society, that he's pretty much a visionary. Basically, a long story short is right now, I think kids these days are too materialistic, too into kind of the gimmies. They expect things without working for it in return. And it's led to this kind of kid culture of wanting things without having to earn it, and it's getting excessive.
But is it the kid's fault or is it the parents' fault?
Well, I think it's mostly the parents' fault, frankly. I think it's the parents that breed this. And I think part of the reason is because parents are overwhelmed these days. For example, compared to 1965, which I believe this segment aired, there are many more dual-income parents. So there are many more women in the workforce. There's more today, exactly. So even though there's more disposable income, therefore they can buy more things for their kids, parents have less time. They're working more, they have less time. It's a guilt factor. They're overwhelmed. And sometimes with harried and harassed parents, it's easier just to kind of, quote, buy your kid off than spend quality FaceTime when you're with your kids.
But then you look at all the advertisements. There's so much out there, and we think we gotta even adults. We gotta have it. Gotta have it. Gotta have more. How do we instill our kids with that value of you don't have to have everything that you see? How do you do that then?
Right. How do you do it? Well, I think it starts with parents. It starts with it starts with what I call the 3 L's, okay? Love, limits, and listening. Those are the 3 ingredients that go into good parenting. Love, obviously, which is kind of obvious. Love and nurturance, paying attention to your kid, and giving them quality face time in that respect. But limits are really important. And what a lot of parents don't do these days is do a nice balance and combination between loving their kid and spending time with their kid in a positive quality way, but at the same time setting a structure around their kid where they're setting limits for their kid. Too many parents these days do not say no to their children when it's appropriate.
Well, Doctor, you have 2 children yourself.
Yes, I do.
16 and 11.
16 and 11, right.
What's on their holiday list, and what do you get them, and what do you leave off the list?
Well, actually, based on what I just said, I'm going to buy my 16-year-old daughter a Mercedes and buy my 11-year-old son a plasma TV. Okay, obviously, I'm kidding. That's what you shouldn't. That's an example of what you should not do, obviously.
Well, my poor parents, every year at Christmas time, I would want a snowmobile.
Right.
All I want is a snowmobile, and every Christmas I would be so bummed out because
that's a big ticket item.
I'd come running down, and I wanted it red. It never happened.
Right.
So, which is a good thing because it taught me how to work and earn my money and save up for things that I really wanted.
Right.
But I bet if you ask these kids what they really want, I'm sure they really would want family quality time.
Right.
If they knew that was an option.
Not the kids I know.
Well,
hey, Johnny, what do you want for Christmas?
Family
quality time. Some family quality time. Right. What are you kidding?
If they knew the difference, though, if they knew the difference, if they knew, if they'd rather have their dad in the room, spending time with them, reading with them, hanging out with them, as opposed to here, Johnny, take a nice new toy.
Right,
I'm sure they would. Maybe in my dreams.
This
is why I don't have children.
Well, it's easier that way sometimes. I think most kids will say, I want, gifts for Christmas. I want gifts for this. Most kids obviously are materialistic and kind of say that out spontaneously. Right. But what kids really want and need psychologically is quality face time, consistent time with their kids. There's good studies to show that these days in today's society, that on average per week, parents only spend about 40 minutes of meaningful time with their kids on a weekly basis.
That's it?
Yeah,
that's
what
it.
I'm talking about.
A meaningful, interactive face time without being preoccupied on the cell phone, multitasking, playing with their kids if they're younger, interacting and talking if they're teenagers. That's a major problem. So there's also 6.5 hours a day on average where kids are involved with some kind of electronic media thing. They're doing PlayStation, PSP, they're talking on the cell phone. That should be reversed.
So I have 8 nieces and nephews, and actually my sister's here in the audience, one of my older sisters. And every year at the holiday time, I'm guilty of it because I'll go to FAO Schwartz, and they know how to push my buttons.
Oh, totally.
And they are able to feed me what they want, and I don't want to let them down. I don't want to disappoint them. So this holiday season, should I give more creative gifts where it's more spending time with each other, or take them to coupons to go to a batting cage?
Basically, that's my recommendation, is to give gifts that are not big-ticket items, and give gifts that in some way mean something to the kid. Something personal, something they want to do and like to do, and perhaps even something that they've earned. If a kid's been kind of bad all year, has been struggling and having trouble, the last thing you want to do, say, at Christmas, is buy a kid a big-ticket item that only breeds and encourages the kid to be more entitled, more spoiled, and expect more without having to work for it and earn it.
Isn't that in the song? Santa knows who's been naughty, who's been nice.
Well, kind of, yeah. In fact, but that's the problem. If you ask most kids these days, for example, pick a holiday, what Christmas is all about, they say Santa Claus and gifts. But that isn't what Christmas is all about.
I was going to ask you, how do you instill those meanings properly in the kids?
It starts with family values. It starts with encouraging your family, especially around the holidays. My advice is the following. Spend quality time with your family. Identify what are your family goals, what are your family values that you want to encourage. Talk about them during the holidays. Reflect back on the past year with your kids and forget with your kids what worked well and what didn't work well that year. Based on what didn't go so well with your kids, make that a plan or a goal for the upcoming year to work on between the parent and the kids themselves. It needs to be an interaction. It needs to be kind of a deal-making with your kids, and then limit setting and the parent monitoring that as they go forward. Parents are in charge of that, not kids.
I agree. Well, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
It was wonderful.
Thank you. What am I getting for Christmas?
Thank you very much.
Show me the money.
Wait, the best gift is FaceTime with your parent.
FaceTime. And what is it? Listen, love, and listen?
Listen, love, limits, and listen.
Love,
the 3 L's for parents.
And I think one thing we can't forget about is this is the season for giving. So go online at iVillage.com, and we have a list of great organizations that really need your help.